Hello and welcome back to Musicals with Cheese. Make me a musical. And Andrew, we have an extra special guest. I am actually very, very surprised we have them. Please welcome actress, singer, songwriter, and filmmaker, and current star of Beetlejuice the Musical. It's Elizebeth Teeter!
Oh my gosh! Wow. You're surprised to have me here?
I'm always surprised when someone's like, "Oh yeah, we'll."
Someone agreed to come on our show. Like what?
Well, I didn't know what this was till about 2 seconds ago. So
you wouldn't be here if you did, I'm sure.
I was looking on the link and I was like, musicals with cheese. That sounds fun. I should have done my research. I should have listened.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna go binge all the other musicals with cheese episodes after this.
I imagine your publicist is gonna write an email like, actually, can you just not put that? We don't want to be associated with those gentlemen.
Caddy and Crass over here.
Caddy and Crass.
Like, Elizabeth, your first interview was great, but this one was different.
Well, it is very much going to be different because it isn't an interview, and within the next 30 minutes, we have to pitch a musical. And you have given us the excellent idea that this musical today is going to be Mushrooms the Musical. That's our starting pitch.
I'd like everyone to know this was because I have a mushroom candle sitting right in front of me. Yeah, so not very, I don't know, off the top of my head, not very creative, but that's okay.
This is where it bounces off of. So we can go in like 50 different directions here. Are we going to go through the anthropomorphic side where it is literally a living mushroom? Or are we going to go with like a morel, like hunter for morel mushrooms with his little pig and trying to find them? Which direction? We got one of those two choices.
Ooh, I feel like those are two very different musicals.
Yes.
It depends on what we're doing.
What would a mushroom do? If you're a living mushroom, you're just gonna sit there.
Okay, I have an idea. But if you're a living mushroom, you could have the dilemma of not everyone likes mushrooms, you know? I feel like you either come across people that hate mushrooms or love mushrooms. And that could be a moral problem for this mushroom.
So in the world of Mushrooms the Musical, are mushrooms their main goal to get eaten? Is it like the cat's rule of trying to die?
I'm about to say, maybe that's a little morbid,
cats.
actually.
They want to be dead. They really want someone to eat them. But
no one wants to eat me. Oh my God. No.
I'm kind of into that, actually.
I'm into that a little bit. Like,
but I don't know. We got another idea.
All right, what's your other idea?
Well, that was my idea. But we could go the foraging way. It could be a hunter situation.
It could be competing people. They're like competing to like create mushroom like meals out of dishes and stuff, and it could
be a town where mushrooms are their source. And
I like that. I like this idea.
Mushrooms are their source, and it's like a huge like competition, kind of like Stregonona. Like she's the pasta maker. There's like a mushroom like person, but then conflict arises. To be determined.
Who is our main character in this little town of the mushroom village or whatever? Shremina. All right.
Shremina. Or Shremino.
Did she get into mushrooms because of the name, or was she named because she got into mushrooms? Chicken and the egg question.
A little of both.
I think
it
was like one of those like prophet situations where like she was born and someone was like, "This is our mushroom girl."
All right. Now she has to have conflict within herself for the "I Want" song.
Internal or extra? Oh, the "I Want" song.
Like, so if we're gonna give her an "I Want" song, does she love doing mushrooms?
No,
and
she wants to be a dentist.
I think she wants to be a dentist, and I think like from birth, people have been like training her to be this like mushroom masseuse type person, and they're like, "You are the center of our town, and you are responsible for basically keeping everyone alive because mushrooms are their source of."
Like
food.
Their financial source and all that. Like it is their main import-export kind of thing.
And I don't know if she has powers. This could be a different thing. She could have mushroom powers. Ooh. But like she like helps the mushrooms grow. It's like an Elsa situation, but with mushrooms.
I like that. She has like a green thumb.
Right. And she's kind of like brown thumb. But she's fungus. She's kind of like Elsa in that she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a dentist.
Okay, then the next morning, like after she sings her "I Want" song, sets up all the mushrooms dead. Like her thumb power doesn't work. Now she has to go on an adventure to figure out where to get more
Through
mushrooms.
song and dance.
Exactly. And then she goes
meets
into
some friends along the way.
A cabbage town where you
she meets a cabbage town, and like maybe there's someone else that's like in charge of the cabbages.
Wait, what goes with cabbage? Doesn't go with mushrooms though, does it?
Spinach.
That works.
Like a sautéed spinach mushroom. She falls
There's
in love
gotta
with
be
the
like
spinach.
a meal.
She falls in love with the spinach person.
The spinach
queen or king.
We need them to be a reflection of her, where they are also unhappy with their lot in life.
They also don't want to be in charge of the spinach land.
Maybe they're rival kingdoms, so to say. Like you've got
the spinach and the mushroom kingdom.
There we go. We got this.
Now we're talking some Romeo and Juliet
the
type
mushroom kingdom. What is this? The Mario?
It's Mario and Luigi turned spinach mushroom.
So Shramina, she wants more than that. She wants to be a dentist.
Spinocchio, which is
Spinocchio. And they kind of like like a lot of interesting folks there, and they've been warring factions for years. But she decides, I'm gonna leave the mushrooms to go into the enemy territory to see if she can find help.
Oh, the enemy territory. Yeah. Because maybe she hears of the previous mushroom king or queen who has like abdicated the throne, and it was like a "we don't talk about Bruno" moment. And so she's like, well, I need to find Bruno or whatever the mushroom person is and figure out what went on here.
Okay, so we got Shramina. We need to give this like tops or something. Something about like what Fungi Father.
Fungi Father. Is this a love story? Is this like a
No, this is like the guiding.
Like, this is the mentor figure.
The mentor figure who's like, follow your dreams.
Exactly.
That's the like.
But he was so tired of doing the mushrooms that he left and went to live with the spinach people.
Oh, so he's like traitor.
Maybe he wanted to be the dentist, and Shramina is like really into it. Like, hey, we got to do the mushrooms. Then one day, just her powers are gone. A real kind of Moana situation where she's like, yeah, I want to help.
Yeah,
she sings the "I Want" song, and then she wakes up and is like, I guess I wished too hard. My powers are gone and everyone's starving. I have to go. Maybe she's like, I got to go get help. I got to get my powers back. And then along the way, she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. But then the village is starving. So that's the conflict.
Yes, she discovers that she doesn't want that to be the only thing in her life by looking at Spinocchio, who is also like a little jaded about being the spinach master.
She's like, wait, you don't like spinach either?
Got like 5 different stories going on here. I really
There's a lot.
I'm not gonna be able to follow this one when I watch it.
There's 3 characters.
There are
Andrew.
A plots and B plots.
We got 3 characters.
C plots as well.
Was that Spinocchio coming in the background there?
I think I just saw Spinocchio. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, Spinocchio, get out. So basically she's off to find her father figure, the former king of the mushroom kingdom.
Or my literal father walking
the former king of he's trying to find King Pete.
She finds out that her father is the king of the spinach land.
Yes.
And he never told her this. Okay, what's going? That's a lot of.
They have to unite the kingdoms at the end, right?
Yeah, I feel like she convinces Spinocchio, like, hey, you should give up your power too, because if you're unhappy, you shouldn't do it. And then all the kingdoms just fall apart, and then they have to gather.
Fall apart, but then they realize that the only way that they're going to be able to like survive is just like teamwork. Like everyone has to plant the mushrooms, everyone has to plant the spinach. It's not on one person. They're like democracy. Okay, no kings, queens. Just pure teamwork.
Yeah, because
no kings, no mushrooms, just teamwork.
And it's not just a one like vegetable kingdom. We can all be like a gathering, a melting pot of vegetables.
Yeah, they're like, wait a second.
like
They
a
like it's
republic
like a
of salad.
ratatouille. It's like a ratatouille moment where he tries the strawberry and the cheese together, and he's like, these
Yes.
colors are beautiful. And,
And then
they're like, wait, sauteed spinach and sauteed mushrooms? This is incredible.
And then the people already, we kind of sow the seeds that the townspeople kind of hate each other, but then they meet the other townspeople from the other cities,
And
they
there's a
find
big
their
dance
loves.
number between them. There's a dance battle between the mushrooms and spinach.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
it just gets a little too sexy, and then Pinocchio and Shremina get together at the end.
They're like, wait a sec, you can dance.
Oh, who is that girl over there? She's from the Mushroom Kingdom.
She's from the mushroom. This is like turning into like West Side Story.
This is like, so this is gonna be a jukebox show, right? Like, 'cause
Oh,
this
that is a
mess.
good question. So it's not that big of a mess.
What if it's both? Like, what if it's like the random amount of like it's original songs, and all of a sudden you're like, is that ABBA?
Yeah, I feel like if I watch this, there's gonna be that moment where it's a pop song, you know, and it's like, wait,
Like Katy Perry? That's weird.
Yeah.
But then it's like an original ballad afterwards, so it just comes out of nowhere. I don't think that's been done a lot.
No, it's a
Okay.
jukebox musicals made entirely of other jukebox musicals. So they're pulling from ABBA, they're pulling from Moulin Rouge, like only
like
songs used in
everything.
other ones.
oh, I feel like we're getting like the Tans to Vampire thing, where it's like a Total Eclipse is just a song in the
Oh,
musical,
yeah.
but everything else is original.
But I feel like with all of these other original songs that have nothing to do with vegetables, it's like a metaphor.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
like if you think like
Total
fungi is a lot like being a firework.
The whole thing is giving me Romeo and Juliet vibes.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like Romeo and
It's like
Juliet, but this is
jukebox
better.
where they can change the. Yeah, this is better, obviously.
Well, I mean, Spinocchio and
I mean,
Shremina.
I can't even remember the other name right now.
Shremina,
Spinocchio.
Andrew.
I think Spinocchio is like top tier. Like you hear that and you're like sold.
Yeah. So we end Act 1 with like all the kingdoms falling because
Yeah.
you know.
There's like a big like crash and then you're like, blackout.
Yeah, like, oh, how are we gonna solve this? Better come back for Act 2. Then Act 2 is like, man, we had a real nice clam bake so that the audience can sit down. We're gonna have our little nonsense song, and then we're gonna start the story up again.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna
Okay.
end it? Like, what is the final goal?
I mean, the
What
final
is
goal
the-
is all the kingdoms deciding, you know what, we can't rely on one person to do all of our vegetable needs. We have to actually learn as a community.
We gotta
to
learn as a
grow
community
and
the
plant.
food is better.
So the goal is farming.
Yes. And a musical about mushrooms, isn't the goal always going to
the
inevitably
goal
be
is
farming?
Farming. I think it's a really telling piece right now.
The Pulitzer. This is gonna be the next A Strange Loop.
I think so. I think so.
I think so. We have to do something with mushrooms. Like the final message has to be like they learn it because of some metaphor revolving around mushrooms. you know?
Okay, so they're very top heady,
They're
but
like, don't do drugs.
oh snap, we didn't
Oh,
get that
we
out.
have to do the like
Yes,
they get high as shit scene. Like you have
Okay.
to do that.
She goes to a place that looks
My
exactly like
publicist
her.
is like, wait, no.
She goes to a place that looks exactly like the Mushroom Kingdom. Like everyone's the same except a little off. Then it turns out it's the other kind of Mushroom Kingdom. And they're all just kind of like, here, try some. She's like,
There's a
"All
song.
right."
Yeah,
this
there's like a song where like they like try to trick the spinach kingdom and like that's like their way of attack is they just
I
like
I
love
was
it.
thinking more like Vision Quest kind of thing, you know?
oh like there's like a whole like trippy scene in there like
yeah,
ooh.
and that's how she learns what needs to happen.
And that's like the Big Let's Alligator moment. Pinocchio just walked
the
in the
main
background
song
again.
is like she's like, whoa, I've had a vision. Oh my gosh.
A vision of other vegetables. I need to go on my adventure.
I need to go on my quest.
There's got to
The
be
hero's
more.
quest.
Then
There's
of course
gotta
she
be more.
and of course she finds her like mentor figure, useless. Like I don't care about the Mushroom Kingdom. And then she has to
Yeah, she
figure out how
thinks
to.
he's like all that, and he's like a man behind the curtain situation where
Mhm.
he's like, I don't care.
But at the last minute, he shows up to help because
Right.
narrative convenience.
You're like Bruno, or I'm just saying that now because
Encanto's in the brain.
Yeah,
His name's what? His
She's
name's
like,
what? Morale.
"Oh,
or
no."
something?
Morale,
I
I
don't know
like
his
that.
Morale, what are you doing here? I've come to save you, child. What do you think I'm
You
doing?
were right about the mushrooms.
You think I miss out on a party like this?
He's like, I was thinking, I was meditating. And I decided I gotta leave my house.
And he's played by Danny Burstein. You were right, child.
were right.
I brought my hoe and I'm ready to garden.
Oh yeah, we gotta have celebrity casting in this.
Yeah. So Shamina,
So we need like
who's our
3
pitch?
songs or something.
Okay, we have the I Want song, which I think is like more than a morale.
More than a morale.
I like that. Maybe that's
More-
our family line, the morale.
More than
Shamina morale.
More than mushrooms. There must be something more.
It's always
than
more
this.
for these characters.
I want. It's literally the I
we got
want
some good
song.
songs going on here. This is gonna be some bops.
Songwriter.
Okay, so we usually end with this, but now that it's coming up, who do you think should compose this musical? Like,
Us.
I mean, Elizebeth Teeter would be
I'm kidding.
a pretty big step up.
Oh.
I'd be into it. Like, I'm thinking of you as Shamina, though. I feel like having the acting role and the songwriting
wasn't gonna
role.
pitch it myself. I didn't want to do like a. I wasn't gonna say it, but
If we
now
see
that
this
we
on
brought-
Broadway, we got to get some credit here.
So we're gonna cast Derek Klena as Spinocchio.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I feel like you guys would vibe together.
Yeah, Derek Klena. Danny Bernstein. It's just the whole Moulin Rouge cast.
We gotta throw a rock into that. We got Beth Malone plays like the matriarch of the.
Let's get like Leslie
morale
Kritzer in
kingdom.
it too. I want to
Oh,
do
yeah.
it with her. She'll be like another vegetable person.
She's the
along
cabbage
way.
leader.
She's the cabbage leader. She has a funny song that she tries to like distract her along the way. But
Wait.
it doesn't work.
What's a vegetable that absolutely no one likes? She's the kale.
Brussels
She's the kale.
sprouts? I
Ooh.
love Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
I love
sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. though.
We
But
all love
they're
them, but
notorious for nobody liking them.
no one
though.
likes them, but we
Nobody
all
likes
them.
kale though. No one actually. Kale
like
tastes like
kale.
bug spray.
Kale chips though.
Those are good.
You put
guess-
bug spray on them, like
Maybe.
dip them
Maybe
in
it's just
How do
my
you know what
dressing.
bug spray tastes like?
You've never sprayed it in the air and just
No,
been
I'm
like,
kidding.
oh, I'm walking through this, and then some hit my tongue.
You open your mouth while you're
Well,
spraying
usually
yourself
you
with bug
don't.
spray?
I'm not gonna spend half of our pitch time expressing how I know what
how
bug
do you
spray
know
tastes
what
like.
that tastes like?
That's our next musical, Bug Spray. Let's drink it.
We should have done bug spray, not
It's like hairspray, but it's
We're like, there's someone that wants to be on a dancing TV show, but they
they're
can't
an
do it without
ant.
bug spray. But they're an ant.
it's an outdoor show.
Oh yes. Well, it's all dancing, but they're like swinging at the flies.
You know, this
to
would be
get
great
away.
because instead of like a merchandise booth, we'll just have a kitchen. Like we'll just have like a stovetop, and like people will just be sauteing vegetables the whole time. So you walk in and you're
Yes.
like, ooh, I smell mushrooms.
Exactly. It's just like the waitress thing where they gave you like pies to start
Yeah.
with.
The
Can you imagine
marketing
just
for the
like
show
who would
is
want like you
way-
walk in and there's like a box of like mushrooms raw. And you're like,
Emerald Lagasse's there like frying up, sauteing them every single day. 8 shows a week.
it's just weak.
The marketing and merchandising for this show is going to be much better than the show itself, I think.
That's not true. This show's great,
You
Andrew.
know what? I don't think that is the right attitude we need to make this a successful
Well, all right. So
show.
what's our 11 o'clock number? So because we
Uh.
know what the climax is, like they decide, you know what, we all need to work together, but we need
I
another
don't
vegetable
will
pun.
never leave you.
What's a vegetable pun we could put here? Like we've grown roots or
okay.
something like that.
Oh yeah, that's
We've
good.
grown roots one day more.
Then we just rip off Mobile and Schoenberg.
We've grown roots. There's like a flag.
And it's got a little morel mushroom on it.
Yeah. No, but
I
is
feel
that
like they
is that,
make
like,
a
the
salad.
thing?
They make a salad, like, and they finally
A
put all the
salad.
vegetables together.
Oh.
We blend together and then
We make a salad. we make a salad with- We make a salad with shrooms and
Pinocchio.
Yes.
like-
Yes.
Yes.
it comes out of nowhere. Everyone's like, "Oh
That
my
is-
god, it sounds like we built this city," but it's not.
It's just close enough to be legally a parody.
Legally not
We
a We
make
Built This
this-
City, but it
We make
is.
this salad. Do do do.
We made this town with spinach and shrooms.
Spinach and shrooms, we made this salad.
And then they
It's
just
like-
start listing all the vegetables and carrots and greens and onions.
I can't remember how the actual song goes after that, but raw spinach and shrooms. Da-na-na. And I
But
think
that's
it's
the
just
only
we built-
pop
like,
song.
da,
That's the only
da,
pop
da,
song.
da.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. I just think of like, I don't know why I'm thinking of the Muppets movie where they're like cleaning up the theater, but that's
Yeah, no, 100%.
That is, they do sing that song there.
they do sing that song in the Muppets movie. We can get the Muppets in.
Okay, all right. I think this is our new favorite
the
guest.
vegetable.
I
like,
recently
the
made a
vegetable
slideshow
things.
of like the Muppets Beetlejuice casting, like if we were to cast Beetlejuice with the Muppets. So like maybe this could be a crossover thing as well.
I'm into that. Like, what was your casting? What was your
Yeah,
idea?
like
I'm pretty proud of my casting. This is a little off topic, but
That's fine.
Yeah, like
Beetlejuice is animal, of course.
Yes.
Beetlejuice is
That makes
animal.
sense.
We said Lydia would be Rizzo the rat. I think that would be perfect.
what? There aren't many female Muppets to work with. I
Okay,
will give you that.
But like Rizzo in like the little dress, like, and he's like sassy and like running up the banister, like screaming. I think
I
it would be
might
great.
actually be behind this.
I
Yeah.
do,
actually
and
would.
strange and unusual.
He kind of like drags everyone around him too, which I think is great.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I said
agree,
Miss Piggy
actually.
as Delia and Argentina. I think the split
Yes.
track that makes sense. Kermit is Adam makes sense. Janice is Barbara. The blonde hair, obviously.
Mhm.
What else did we say? I said Miss Poogie as Juno, like the rival.
Yes, brilliant.
What are the two old men? Waldorf and what are the
Statler and
other-
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, we said they both would play Maxie Dean, like
Yeah.
at the same time.
It's like
they would
in Christmas Carol where they split the
yeah,
character into two
exactly.
characters.
And then we went on to their many different like side character roles that we kind of plan out. Pepe the King Prawn would be Otho. So this could be a situation. Beetlejuice is going on tour, and I'm not saying this should be the cast, but I'm saying
If it is the cast, no one's gonna complain.
Yeah.
if it is the cast, I would want to go see it.
Elizabeth, I do have a question, and this might be a personal question, so take it. Are you often in competition with Rizzo the Rat in your roles?
I didn't. It's a little sensitive.
It's happened more than once,
it's hard.
hasn't
Yeah, it's a sensitive question, and that's why I hesitated to put Rizzo on this celebrity casting. But people look at me and say, "Wow, you remind me of Rizzo the Rat." So
I mean, you
We get
go
mixed
into
up
these
a lot.
auditions, you get up
It's
every
not-
morning at 6, you stand there in line, and you come out and you see Rizzo sitting there, and you're like,
I
"Fuck, it's
go,
over."
"Not that rat
It's
again."
over.
It's over.
It's not like
I look
an
at it and
insult to be
"Not
compared
that
to. I don't
rat."
All right, we gotta get back to the shrooms.
Okay.
The shrooms.
Sorry, side point.
No worries. So, what composer do you think would take on our shroom musical? We should give it a title. Come on, Shremina and Spinocchio, the Ballad of
Shermina Spinocchio.
That makes it seem too much like Romeo
Yeah,
and
like Romeo and
Juliet. I don't
What
Juliet.
think
about
there's
Little
much of
Miss
that.
Morel?
Little Miss, like it's in a Little Miss.
I don't
Sunshine.
hate that, but it's
Little Miss, but it's also like maybe something
Yeah.
with mushrooms involved.
Well, Morel is a mushroom, which is
Oh, okay, yeah,
the
that is
type
true.
of mushroom, right?
yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't actually know that much about mushrooms before.
Well,
this
we
journey.
always do our research before we start this.
Oh, okay.
That's
I can tell. I can tell. The title's the most important part.
yeah.
It doesn't
Oh.
matter if the show's good.
We could just call it Shrooms. I can already see the playbill. I
just
can
do
see
it.
the Al
It's
Hirschfeld
it's
drawings.
perfect marketing, really, because
It's
you can do
perfect
a
'cause
lot
you
with
don't
that.
know what to expect.
You get the
and
drug scene. You get like the kids involved. Everyone's coming to see that opening
shrooms,
weekend.
They think it's going to be some like huge lesson, and then it's really just
It's
about
like Cats.
vegetables.
It's
It's
like
a
Cats.
sincere story about persevering and not putting all the pressure on one person in your community.
And the poster is like a red poster with white spots, but there's like people dancing as the spots.
Oh,
And people are like, "Man, what is Shrooms about? I don't understand." And nobody knows what it's about till they go see it, you know?
and this will go on the dressing room table.
Yep, every
Yep.
night.
Every day.
So
Smells like a forest. It's a candle. So anyway, no one can see
I
Beautiful.
don't
that.
like
but-
that. That's
Beautiful.
nice.
Yes. You know what? You can't see it, so you know what? Elizabeth's doing backflips right now. She's been doing it the whole time. You'll never be able to say she didn't.
Dancer first.
So
Acrobat first.
So my pitch for the writer of this might be an off the wall one. I'm thinking Michael R. Jackson. Like he's gonna bring something different to this.
I don't know if I see it.
Is this a rock musical? Is this like maybe a combination? Like you're like, wait, why does this sound like Light in the Piazza? And then all of a sudden you're like, rock.
Adam Guttell, that could be another good one.
Yeah, it could be some pretty ballads in there. And then we built this city. I mean, we built the salad.
That just has to be in there, and that's like that's what to draw all the normal people in. You know, like the non-musical families,
like,
they come to see it
because
it's like how it's Shrek by saying I'm a believer just to give you the reward for sitting through Shrek the Musical. It's just like that.
Don't drag Shrek,
Shrek the Musical's good though.
I love Shrek the Musical.
We love Shrek the Musical on this podcast.
Then why are you doing that?
I'm thinking about the normies that are like, I'm gonna go see Shrek the Musical. I want All Star, and then it's like, we'll give you I'm a believer.
I feel like a normal person would be like, oh, fine, I'll go see Shrek the Musical, and then be like, wait, this was fantastic.
Except Shea Farillas for some reason, guest of the show. He really hated that musical for no reason. So let's. So Ben Brantley going into. I know he doesn't do the job anymore. Ben Brantley opening weekend, Shrooms the Musical. What would his review say?
5 stars.
Oh, really? A man who notoriously never gives like number ratings decides, you know what, this time? Numbers. We're going 5.
My perspective is if you drag your own musical or you drag, like, you know, we got to be our biggest supporters here. If no one believes in us, we have to believe in us.
I have the Ben Brantley review, I think. The whole first paragraph.
What's the like title? Shrooms.
It's like shrooms, like you'll wish you were high.
Shrooms or dooms.
Yeah, and then the whole
That's
first paragraph is just him talking about how it's like you're wandering through a forest looking for a good mushroom, and you can't tell the poison ones from the non-poison ones, and you don't understand if he liked it or if he didn't like it, but that's the entire like review.
It's very like mixed. Like you're like, wait,
wait, so is it good? Is it bad? Did you even talk about the show? And then he'll mention like one of the leads was like good or something.
Yeah, like, Derek Klena as Pinocchio is life-changing.
Derek Klena as Pinocchio shines. I wanted more of him.
Not Spinocchio, Spinocchio.
Spinocchio.
He spells it wrong with a K somehow. And Jason Robert Brown's one song that he wrote really kind of enchanted me, but the rest was done by Adam Guttell. All right.
He's like, the standout was we built this salad, but
I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't know.
It like strikes a nostalgic nerve, but it's like is it just different enough where like you can't take the copyright? Like
exactly. It's like those SNL parodies.
Secretly Ben Brantley's favorite song of all time.
Okay,
he gets really excited.
So what happens is it's not a hit at first when Shrooms hits Broadway. Sadly enough, it seems to be floundering a little bit. But then the girl that plays Shrimpina starts doing TikTok trends backstage, and then suddenly it's a hit.
Then suddenly it's a hit.
And then they start
then it closes,
wants
and
to
then
take
it's brought back.
Theater.
It's like an unaccepted treasure. It's like it's not a hit at first, but then the summer crowd starts to come, and everyone's like, "Wait, this is fantastic."
You know? And thankfully, it gets Elizebeth Teeter as Shrimpina, their first Tony Award.
Thank you so much. This has been.
All right.
It all comes down to this.
Hold on, I need to introduce you. Pretend I'm James Earl Jones.
Okay.
And the Tony Award goes to Elizebeth Teeter from Shrooms. Yeah! And the music playing.
Oh my god, we built this salad.
It's like played on a violin. It's like
it's like no lyrics, so everyone's like, why has we built this city just
and then you end your speech with to my casting creatives, we really built this salad.
We really built this salad to everyone out there.
It's gonna
get
redefine
a salad.
That
it's
song.
It's great.
It's gonna be one of those things where in 50 years
and
everyone's
the
just gonna be like,
next
"That's
time you
the
go
song
to a
from
restaurant,
Shrooms."
the next time you sit down at a restaurant, instead of a burger, get a salad.
Yeah! The audience
It's really
erupts.
like a commentary on it's a commentary on like vegetarian, like being a vegetarian, which I'm not, but like
Audra McDonald is crying in the front row. Like
Yeah.
Lady Gaga's like, yeah,
my gosh.
fantastic.
I
She
think
knows
we really
she's gonna be
outdid
performing
ourselves.
that song.
This sounds like it's gonna be a hit.
Yes, it's a hit, and I hope we're not running over time. Elizebeth, this was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for making a musical with us. There's so many things that you've got in the
I'm
future.
so unexpected, and I feel so creatively fulfilled.
It was a great creative exercise about Shrooms
Really
the
accomplished
Musical.
something.
Now, why don't you promote your other endeavors? Because we all know that this is going to be really the big project in your life for the rest of time.
Well, before you catch me in this Shrooms the Musical, you can come see Beetlejuice the Musical, which is currently on Broadway at the Marquee Theater. Yeah, you can find me there.
What about your social medias and all that?
Oh yes, I am on Instagram at Elizebeth Teeter Official. I am on TikTok, but I don't really. I'm not that great at it. But you can find me there. Yeah, that's where I am. So,
and you say there might be some songwriting endeavors in the near future?
Yes, I have written songs over the pandemic, and I'm hoping to release them soon, hopefully in the next month. So yay, please check them out if you're interested. And if not, that's okay.
You know what? You should be interested, because Elizebeth is a great joy to talk to in a very, very great time. Thank you so much for having fun with us. This was such a blast.
Thank
All
you.
Right. We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. Make me a musical.